question, Danielle.
Sorry.
Okay.
I was wondering, do you expect to sign your rookie scale extension for the season?
You can ask. I'm not going to answer that. We do not discuss contracts.
Second question is, from your interactions with Kevin so far, just what stood out to you the most about kind of his work ethic, and what do you think you can expect from playing alongside him this season?
I mean, it's Kevin Durant. You know, I've known him for a lot longer than he's known me. I've paid attention to things that he's done. I just know that he leads by example, and he's in the gym every day, and he's always getting better. So it's on the young guys and everybody else to follow suit.
Tari, what were some of the things that you worked on your game in the offseason?
I'd say my ball handling, my shooting are the two biggest things, for sure.
Chancellor.
Sorry, I remember at the end of
Wait for the mic. Thank you.
So I remember at the end of after Game 7, you said this was going to be the most important offseason for you ever. Do you feel like you accomplished what you want to accomplish, and what did you do this offseason, just in general?
Yeah, I'd say I definitely accomplished what I wanted to accomplish. I definitely worked on my ball handling. I definitely worked on my shooting. I worked on my body a lot, making sure I'd be ready. I think I'm stronger than I've ever been, heavier than I've ever been. Also, feel as good as I've ever have. So, with those three things, happening, recipe for success.
Ben.
Tari, you just mentioned your strength. This is year 2 since your surgery. Relative to this time a year ago, how much better do you feel now with the leg?
I feel a lot better. I feel way better. Last year, I think, kind of coming back, it was fairly quick turnaround. But obviously, my body's now had the time to adjust, had an off season and a full season. So, yeah.
Jackson.
Tari, you've talked about the improvements you made to your game this offseason. What kind of an offensive role do you see for yourself on this team this year? Do you want maybe more of an expanded role on offense? And a secondary question, what's the best movie you watched this offseason?
Yes, I do want a more elevated role, and I think you'll see that with just my improvements in my game. I'm just gonna let my game do the talking. As far as that movie I've watched, good question. What came out this summer? I liked him. That was cool. What did I see before that? Conjuring was cool. Yeah.
Brian.
Along those same lines, Tari, how did you end up on stage with the Temptation scene with them?
Yeah, Otis and them, they're a friend of the family, so I know them, and every time they come out, I check them out, and Otis has come to a game, so hopefully, they'll be at a game this year. But yes, I am the sixth Temptation.
Tari, a couple of days ago, you were on Twitter and you were kind of listing some of your accomplishments. Just what sparked that, and then do you feel underrated? Do you feel like you're not getting enough credit for what you maybe have been able to accomplish so far in your career?
Yes.
Why is that?
Well, there was a list that came out of the top 100 players, and I wasn't on it, and I believe I'm a top 100 player in the NBA. I think my numbers speak for that. I think the things and the numbers that I've put up in the minutes that I've shown that I'm a top 100 player. And if you don't believe that, then I guess you could just compare it to somebody else averaging what I'm averaging in the time that I'm at. So, yeah, I think my numbers match up pretty well.
Will.
Right, sorry. A lot of guys talk about playoff basketball and how you can't really describe it until you're in it. I guess after getting that experience last year, what are some of the lessons you kind of took away from it?
Just the attention to detail and the mental focus you have to have, play in, play out. Kind of maintaining, just being solid. Every possession matters, especially, not even in the fourth quarter, but the first quarter, the second quarter. Just the attention to detail is the biggest thing.
Danielle.
Next. When you're talking about your role, obviously you're really good at scoring in transition, but when you look at this team's half-court offense, how do you think that that's going to change with Kevin out there, but both just, as a whole, putting in more advanced sets and kind of trying to improve from where you guys were last year?
Well, to an extent, I think that's kind of a coach's question. He's gonna kind of know what we're gonna do as far as that. But playing with KD, he gets so much attention on the offensive end. 2 or 3 guys looking at him at a time. So we should just be more open, ability to have more space, play in space, and make the right reads.
Kim.
Tari, you talked about some things that you worked on with your game. How have you grown off the court, getting into this point in your career?
I think I've grown a lot mentally. My mental toughness definitely this past off season was definitely tested. The end of last season, obviously, I had the loss of my father, and I kind of had to go through that. And the playoffs had started, and there was just a lot going through my mind. But this summer, I took a lot of time for myself to just kind of relax my mind, hone in on my feelings, my thoughts, my emotions, and just become really a man and a mature man.
Jackson.
Tari, what did you think of Alpe's Eurobasket run this summer, and just kind of what did you see out of him, and what do you think he's maybe capable of achieving this
He
season?
was hooping. I mean, yeah, he was going. He was hooping. He went at it with the very best in the league, and I think he looked like the best out there. So I'm excited to see what Alpe brings, because what he was doing out there was pretty unreal. So I mean, I'm excited to see what he does with us.
Thank you, Tari.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Tari.